Peace, family. What's up, world? Uh, this is your brother Mars Blackman back once again to finish up the last part of the seminar slash um, class on the foreclosures and how to invest in illegal foreclosures. To be more specific, this is not like one of the other programs that you might see advertised on TVs. What I deal with, or what I go through, is to find out the illegal foreclosures, because you have a wealth of people, a whole host of people in this country who have lost their homes, and maybe because they fell on hard times economically, maybe there was a loss of income from a second source, or maybe there was some kind of whatever, through a natural disaster. But no matter that, it's about they've basically lost their home, and a home is a person's pride and joy. They say home is where the heart is. So you have a lot of this going on, still goes on today. This is nothing primitive that I'm talking about. I only chose to put the knowledge of it out because it's not mine. Okay, it was something that was given to me, and as such, I give back. Whether people, you could take a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. That's not my job. I'm not here to convince anybody of these methods and steps. Okay, but upon diligent research, you would begin to see that, and through a little study of legalese, you'll see exactly, or begin to understand what I'm talking about. So if you get it, you get it. If you don't, that's fine too. Okay, like I said, I'm not here to convince anybody of anything. I was just presented with a way to, and it was a blessing to me. I was presented with a way to sustain or gain an income by becoming a private investor in illegal foreclosures, which you have all the legal rights to. Now, you don't have to believe what I'm telling you, okay? But trust the work, trust the research, trust what your findings are, and it'll be all right. So I left off on the last video basically at step 11. I'm going to recap real quick. Step 11 is to set up what's known as a trust. This must be a living trust, because after you've saved that $2,500 that you get from each quarter, okay, it's 4 quarters in a year. By the end of the year, you would have at least $10,000 in a savings account. Okay, what you want to do then, it will be time to transfer that money again to a living trust bank account, opened in the name of the trust. After setting up the trust, all right, this is what you do to set up the trust, which must be a living trust. You can get it from Barnes and Noble. It's called the Trust Book Green Cover. Runs about $50-$60, maybe a little more, a little less. This gives you the drafted examples to fit your need, whether you are married, single, you have children, etc. Set up and register the living trust in the states of Nevada or Delaware. Once again, as neither one of these states tax living trust, so the actual estate can be located in, say, Florida, and you live in Jersey. Okay, so it doesn't have to. It can be located anywhere, but you can still have the ability through tax laws to set up the living trust wherever you please. But Nevada and Delaware, again, these are states, as neither of these states tax a living trust. Other states do. Other 48 states do. So the actual estate can be located anywhere. Estate assets that are owned by trust, you have to register those at the clerk of court's office. The open bank account in the trust name, which will dispense payment. Now, the money in the trust now will begin to pay for the expenses or the mortgage. You can also have car insurance, boat insurance, whatever type of insurance taken out. And then you add the dividends, earn quarterly checks from your business and this living trust. So you're going to earn the quarterly checks from the 25,000 you initially invested. That's 2,500 bringing you in, and then once you get 10,000, then you go and you put that into a savings account, and you create a living trust. Now you have two sources of income. So, and like I said, the trust begins to then you can use that to pay for the mortgage, okay, and then you can use it to pay for your insurance, so on and so forth. All right. So now you have two sources of income, and this is about earning wealth and earning your buying power and understanding the laws of economics. Okay, so I'm just giving you an economic solution. You can take it. You don't have to take it. This video may not get a lot of views, but for those who take it and know that it's serious and know that I'm serious about what I'm saying and what I'm presenting, because I never present anything other than that which is factual. And if I make a mistake on something, I'm humble enough to come back and say that, oh, well, this is where I was wrong at. Now, here's the solution to the problem. Okay, I'm the solution. All right, you have to make a homeowner call. This is going through the last steps of it. When you're going to call the homeowner, of course, you're going to be cordial, good morning or good evening, Mr. or Mrs. Smith. We'll use that. I'm a private investor. You state your name. I'm calling to take over your foreclosed home and help you. Why would they do that? Because that's going to go on their credit report. So as a private investor, you take over those payments. The home is no longer in foreclosure, but as tenants, they would have to move out, okay? Because you're putting in a home on Section 8. Pause for a minute. Don't be so in a rush. Let them talk, okay, and explain themselves. Just simply state, this is Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I'm a private investor. My name is Mr. Jones, and I'm here to take over, help you with your foreclosure of your home. Okay. This is, again, you would state, I know you don't know, but the bank will lien your social security number to collect the balance of the mortgage. Once they take over the house, I will help you by taking over once they take over the house, I will help you by taking over the payments of the house. You will not be responsible once you sign the power of attorney and quit claim deeds. This is what you would tell them. I'm helping you out of this debt with the bank. What is a good time for me to stop by? Because you want to meet face to face with them in order to sign the quit claim deed and the POA. Call him back. Dial a phone number that you copy from the file at the clerk of courts. The phone number will be on the mortgage document. Ask for foreclosure and the collections department. And here's the pitch. Good morning. I am Miss Sally Smith, a private investor taking over property on account number. What is your fax number? You would state, what is your fax number to that department? And your name is? I'll call back in 2 hours to talk with you. This is what you would tell them, to give them time to get paperwork or whatever they need in order. Then fax them the power of attorney only. This gives them the right to talk to you about the mortgage account number. Okay? So, second call back. Did you receive my fax of the power of attorney? If yes, if they say yes, then let the representative you're speaking to know the new market value on the home. Say the new market value is $70,000. All right. The note is not legally transferred to your bank. This is where you hit them with you hit them with this one right here. Okay. So you have no legal right to foreclose this loan, which they would know that they don't because of how the transaction went down. You have the file number, so you found out that it was an illegal foreclosure because there's not a transfer of note in the document transferring that promissory note of payment from one creditor or from one lender to the next, because they would have to do that. In order to do that, the bank or the loan company would have to call the trust company of the banking institution to a special meeting and get them to sign off and say, yeah, we'll do the deal. And they don't make money like that. So that is when you tell them you would take over the payment per month at the new market value price. Example, if the house is on Zillow.com showing $50,000, the new monthly will be $500 per month. This is what you would say, okay? So, now, remember, On the first page of how to invest in foreclosure homes, the dividend, the calculation is $100 per thousand, or excuse me, $100 per 10,000. In line three, just use that calculating guideline based on what the value of the house you want to find. To start out, stick to looking for homes or ones within the $40,000 to $50,000 range. It must be 2-3 bedrooms, two three bedrooms, 2 baths. Then you would have to, after renting Section 8 cash of $1,000 a month, once the bank agrees to your offer, which they will, you would tell the clerk in the bank, starting in 45 days, I need a new payment agreement mailed to me at this address. The agreement must start in 45 days from the date of the mail out date. So notes, when you're going to mail the payment or when you're going to make the payment electronically, mail out, whatever. Notes, this is to remember, once you fax the power of attorney, the bank has to talk to you because the homeowner has given you the permission through the POA, the power of attorney, and the bank has to honor that. They have to. If they try to say that they have the copy you did not find at the clerk of court files, tell them to mail you or fax you the copy. It must have stamped clerk's date at the time the mortgage was transferred. They can't go back and redo this because, like I said, it will be time, date, and stamp. If they cannot produce this file order to show cause in foreclosure court, the cost is $1. Forms are pre-typed at the clerk of court's office. All right? So, family, with that being said, that was the continuation of part 3. Now, I don't want these videos to go too long because it makes it a little bit longer it takes a little bit longer to upload. So, you can go back, look at part 1, 2, and 3, and the continuation of part 3, and get all the steps, put them together, memorize them, okay, play the video over and over again. If you have to take the time to write it down, then take time to write it down. The only reason that I didn't write this stuff on the board, because I can get it out faster by just speaking it, okay, and then you have it, you have a voice, you have a face, all right, as opposed to me just saying. I could actually take this right now, if I had a resource room, and actually put it on the blackboard or the wetboard, dry board, and show you. So with that being said, peace, shalom. If you have any questions, hit me up, Mars Blackman 4